This customer decided that instead of paying me for the work I just did, they're gonna charge me for the work I did for them. A subscriber of mine recently warned me this might happen and I should have listened. I can say I have had some customers do some absolutely crazy things, but this one takes the cake when I'm getting charged to do work now. Let me explain. I have a mobile trash can cleaning business I run, and I require the customer to let me use their water and power before the job. Before you guys yell at me, hear me out. I do believe this is fair because the customer is getting a significantly better price than they would if I had to haul pounds of water and use a generator. This would include a ton of stuff that I can start adding into my pricing strategy, but I don't do that right now. Also, the amount I use from a customer's hose or even their power from my electric washer is so minimal it makes zero difference. Well, usually I would say there's no problem getting the customer to agree to it, and then we set a date and time. My rules are I will not go out and do a job if I don't have permission to plug into an outdoor outlet and a water hookup. Well, this particular customer prior to the job completely agreed to my terms and said, oh, of course you can use it. So we set up the job for the next day, and after the job they'd let me know that they'd be billing me for the water and power that I had used. 𝗤𝘂𝗂𝗜 is incredible, especially if you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments. Give 𝗤𝘂𝗂𝗜 a try for free. Just click the link in the comment section and the description of this video. 𝗤𝘂𝗂𝗜 is also the fastest way to send estimates, invoices, and secure payment from your customers, and even providing you with real-time business analytics such as close ratio, sales, and expense tracking. I was genuinely mind-blown, but in the service business, you're almost at the mercy of the customer. So for future reference, I would highly recommend somebody investing some time into a contract protecting you from such an issue. Something that would simply say the customer must provide water and power in order for the job to be complete. So even though I made the customer very aware prior to doing the work, I still couldn't avoid the situation. And let's stop calling him the customer, let's call it Mr. Sam. Like I was saying in the beginning, I got a comment from a subscriber warning me this might happen, and I very much should have listened. Normally I would say this is an issue you should probably expect and would expect from a business or company of some sort due to their size. This is what the subscriber was warning me about, just these bigger companies that might try to take advantage of me, but I pretty much only deal with individuals, meaning I'll do a job in a couple small neighborhoods with only 2 trash cans. It's very low scale and genuinely not that serious, although I hate to deal with customers trying to take that money. But hey, maybe somebody else needed it more than me. Just kidding, don't be stupid and try stuff like this. I made sure to let Mr. Sam and the rest of these customers know that try this stuff, I would never ever pay them for the work that I provided to them. That genuinely is such a ridiculous ask. How am I going to come out and do a job for you, 25 to 50 bucks, and you still try to go behind me and get that money from me? Not to mention the fact that you don't want to pay me so bad that you want me to pay you for coming out and spending my time doing the work for you. Also, a lot of the customers that I do deal with are very high income because getting your trash can cleaned isn't a very wide base along people that are lower incomes. Wasn't hurting in any kind of way. Maybe they were just bored that day and they said, hey, this kid's 19 with a business, let's take some of that money. But in all seriousness, I would maybe understand if I was negligent and didn't let them know that I'd be using their water and power. Therefore, they were like, oh, their energy bill went up, whatever, and they wanted to charge me more. Which I'm sure some broke guy on the internet is gonna agree with this hateful customer and say, Matt, why are you trying to run a business that you can't provide all the things in one service? That's what I was saying in the beginning. These customers are not prepared for a price that's going to be coming at them with all of these things included. Me carrying gallons of water and a generator, having to run it through my own setup. A lot of my subscribers have been struggling to get more customers or even their first customer. But I developed my own lead strategy that has gotten me my first $10,000 in jobs. And good news, my course is completely finished. If you guys want to learn my strategy of how I've gotten $10,000 in free leads that I can continue to service day after day after day, there is now a number that you can contact. Listen, the course is not going to be for free. I give away a lot of good information on this channel, but if you want to take your business to the next level, or you're thinking about starting a business but you don't know how to get customers, in this course I'm going to teach you how not to get scammed, how to get thousands of dollars in free customers that you can service on and on and on, also how to talk to customers and make sure that you sell your service quickly and efficiently with my own personal messages that I've had with customers. You guys can contact this number up here, and if you send me the word strategy, we're going to get you set up immediately. That's just kind of how the world has gotten. As prices on everything increases, so does the demand for cheaper and cheaper labor with higher and higher expectations on quality. And as the homeowner, you really need to consider I'm only cleaning a trash can using very minimal water as well as a low grade or low PSI washer that's not consuming enough power to even move your energy bill. But that being said, some customers can't even help but try and make things more difficult for you. And this is me speaking to all of you hoping to start a small business and make some good money. The real truth of the matter is that the customers you encounter every time you do a job, they don't care about your time, and at the end of the day, they feel like they're your boss. And I might say that, I might make you cringe and say, Matt, that's not true, but I've literally had a customer say those words to me. I had finished work for a customer and they wanted me to do the engine bay, but I told them I didn't offer that, like I told them when I quoted them. This customer tried to order me to clean it when I told her I was finished with the job, and she said, listen, you really should hear me out, I'm your boss. And this is why I always say, and I'm not exaggerating, you're at the mercy of the customer. They're the ones that are paying you, and if they don't want to pay you at the end of the job, who loses? You do. They don't. They just got the service provided and you lost the money. At this point point in the video and you want more customer interactions, comment down below customer. I just think that the hardest part about business is the fact that you have to deal with customers. You have to deal with the wrong people, and maybe that's just personal experience, right? I've had a lot of bad interactions with the customers, but I've also had a lot of good interactions. There's a lot of people that you're going to meet that you cannot really be friends with. Customers I don't want to say don't care who you are, don't care what you're doing. There's some people that have like lawn care companies that have been cutting their grass for 8, 9, 10, 11 years even, which is crazy. That is some dedication. But whenever it comes to smaller services that are less likely to become recurring, say you want to get into window cleaning, say you want to get into trash can cleaning, say you want to get into curbside painting or mailbox numbering, whatever you want to do, those kind of services, you're not going to get the best reaction to customers, and they're not going to care who you are simply because they don't see you as a long-term person. With a lot of these people that I'm cleaning trash cans for, if I'm not reaching out multiple times over and over and over, they're not contacting me, right? They're not trying to get their cans cleaned, even though they really are, because they initially reached out to me. I'm not reaching out to people. I'm not cold calling customers. I'm not leaving cold flyers on people's doorsteps. They're coming to me using my strategy. Of course, they're warm. If you guys haven't checked that out, you should check that out, by the way. But yes, the biggest struggle is going to be your customers. Like this lady trying to tell me that she's my boss. Okay, essentially I am my own boss, right? Because I'm running my own business. I start my own schedule. I set my own prices, my own quotes, whatever, and I go whenever I want to. If the customer says they want me at 5 o'clock on a Friday and I say no, I don't work on Fridays, I can only do Wednesday at 2 p.m., I can do that if I want to. That's up to me completely. But when it gets down to the real situation, the customer thinks they're your boss because they pay you. They're the ones that are controlling the whole situation. If they decide not to pay me, I really only have one thing. I have their address, right? I know where they live. I have their phone number. But unless you're setting up contractual agreements, there's no legal action, right? And people, I got a hate comment the other day. Somebody said, oh, $50, taking legal action over $50. You might say that, but if I took no action, if I constantly let people not pay me and call the cops and say, I don't know this guy, but he's on my property, and just constantly take advantage of the fact that they don't have to pay me because what am I going to do about it? That's not the way that you handle business. Or your business means nothing to you. Not only does it mean nothing to you, but it means nothing in the eye of the customer or the public. Because all it takes is just one person to say, oh, I got over on that guy Matt because he cleaned my trash cans for free, and I said, I'm not paying you, I don't want to. And her cousin Debbie ends up messaging me, and boom, Debbie's doing the same thing to me, and she's not paying me for the work that I did because she heard that she can do that. Also, it really depends how many jobs you're doing. You might not get news down the grapevine like that. People might not know you and contact each other and try to take one up on you and get advantage on you. The premise here is that you have to let these customers know that they do not rule your business, although you do need them. We need the customers, and the customers need us. That's the hard part about service businesses. But as I was talking about earlier, the prices of everything are going up, right? So the demand on stuff is going up. People don't have enough money to pay you. People don't want to pay you what you really deserve. So a while back, whenever I was doing lawn care services, I could charge not really whatever I wanted. You kind of have to match other people's prices, but the difference is that people aren't trying to cheap you and negotiate you as hard as possible. I'll be messaging with clients and $25 is too much for them for one can. And I'm saying, listen, those are my prices. That's just how I work. If you don't want it, you don't have to take me on as the cleaner for your can. You can find somebody else, or you can do it yourself, as people love to comment in my comment section that they can do it themselves. Why would anybody pay you for this service? The expectations of the standards of what people should be receiving quality-wise is only increasing. It's only getting harder, and it's only getting worse. So from the business owner standpoint, what are you expected to do? Do even cheaper work for even higher quality and work even harder at it, but get paid even less? So yes, like I'm saying, the customers aren't out to get you, but they're not on your team. And you might say, Matt, this isn't the case. I have lunch with one of my customers every week. Are you related to that customer? I mean, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to form a relationship like that with someone who feels like they're your boss. If somebody is paying you to do the work, whether it's your friend, whether it's your mom, whether it's whoever, they know that you need them more than they need you, essentially, because they're the ones that are supplying your money, your monetary gain. And without the monetary gain, would you be doing the work? Absolutely not. So you really just need to be careful. And this goes for small business, big business. You need to look out because these bad interactions are going to happen all the time. I used to have issues almost at every single job, not specifically with the customer, but just issues in the business alone, because being an entrepreneur is a big struggle. You're going to find new things you get better at every day, new things that you're somehow getting worse at every day, and just lessons to learn from everything. So whenever I post these videos, I'm not making this content because it's fun or whatever. I'm trying to teach you so that you can learn from it, and you can say, all right, what would I do in this situation differently because Matt already had this, and Matt told me this is going to happen. It already has happened. As somebody who's been trying to run their own businesses for multiple years, since I was 16 years old, I have the knowledge, and I'm trying to teach you here. And the internet is literally literally a free database, so don't be one of those people that just skip through this video and say, whatever, and you walk away with nothing. Try to find something you took from this video and learn from it. If you guys haven't already checked out my course on how to get free customers and how I got my first $10,000 in free leads, check that out. I put it at the 3-minute mark in the video, and you can go ahead and suggest the word strategy, and we're going to get you set up so you can start making more money, invest in your business. If you think that $100 for a course is a bad trade-off, you clearly don't care enough about your business and clearly care enough about yourself.